Are you tired of feeling overwhelmed by worries that seem to follow you everywhere? What if there was a way to embrace happiness instead? Imagine waking up each day with a smile, free from the burdens of stress and anxiety. In a world filled with challenges, many people wonder how to cultivate true joy in their lives. Buddhism offers valuable insights that can help transform our mindset. Picture this: a busy morning, rushing to work, and feeling that familiar knot in your stomach. What if you could let go of that stress and find peace amidst the chaos? This is where Buddhist wisdom comes in, teaching us how to shift our perspective and discover lasting happiness. Welcome to Wisdom Woven, where we explore the paths to inner peace and happiness. If you find value in our content, please take a moment to like, comment, and share your thoughts. Remember, there are so many views on this channel, but only 0.2% subscribe. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support encourages us to create more transformative content. Throughout this video, we will dive into the essence of Buddhist teachings and how they can guide us toward a happier, worry-free life. From understanding the roots of worry to practicing mindfulness and compassion, each insight will help you cultivate a mindset of joy. Get ready to embark on this journey of self-discovery and transformation. Understanding the roots of worry in Buddhist philosophy. Worry often feels like a heavy weight on our shoulders. But where does this feeling come from? In Buddhism, the roots of worry can often be traced back to our attachments and desires. We cling to things, our jobs, relationships, and even our expectations. When these things don't go as we hope, worry creeps in. Understanding this connection is the first step toward freedom. Imagine you have a favorite toy as a child. You love it so much that you become afraid to lose it. This fear of losing the toy can overshadow your happiness. Similarly, as adults, we may become attached to our jobs, possessions, or even our plans for the future. When life doesn't go as expected, that worry can feel overwhelming. Buddhism teaches that everything in life is impermanent. Just like that childhood toy, nothing lasts forever. This truth can be hard to accept. We often wish for stability, but the reality is that change is constant. Embracing this impermanence allows us to let go of our attachments and the worries they bring. When we understand that nothing is guaranteed, we can start to appreciate what we have without fear of losing it. Another root of worry is our tendency to focus on the past or the future. Think about it. How often do you find yourself replaying a mistake from yesterday or worrying about what might happen tomorrow? These thoughts take us away from the present moment, where true happiness resides. In Buddhism, mindfulness is a practice that helps us stay grounded. By focusing on the here and now, we can reduce anxiety and find peace. To illustrate this, consider a simple act like drinking tea. When you truly focus on the taste, the warmth of the cup, and the aroma, you become fully present. This moment of mindfulness allows worries to fade away. Instead of thinking about your to-do list or past regrets, you immerse yourself in the experience. This practice can be applied to any moment in life. Moreover, Buddhism teaches that our thoughts can create a cycle of worry. When we think negatively, we often amplify our fears. It's like a snowball effect. One small worry can grow into a mountain of stress. Recognizing these thought patterns is essential. Instead of letting your worries spiral, take a step back and observe them. Ask yourself, is this thought serving me? This question can help you regain control over your mind. Understanding the roots of worry is not just about identifying problems. It's about transforming our mindset. Buddhists encourage us to practice acceptance. Instead of resisting change or fearing loss, we learn to accept that everything flows. This acceptance doesn't mean we stop caring. Rather, we open ourselves to the beauty of life's unpredictability. By accepting what we cannot change, we free ourselves from the grip of worry. In addition to acceptance, compassion plays a vital role. When we're kind to ourselves, we create space for healing. Instead of harshly judging our worries, we can acknowledge them with understanding. It's okay to feel worried sometimes. It's a part of being human. By treating ourselves with compassion, we can ease our anxiety and embrace a more peaceful mindset. As we explore the roots of worry in this journey, remember that it's a gradual process. Change doesn't happen overnight. With patience and practice, we can learn to let go of our attachments and embrace the flow of life. The more we understand the sources of our worries, the easier it becomes to release them. Buddhism offers a roadmap for navigating our thoughts and emotions. By recognizing our attachments, practicing mindfulness, accepting impermanence, and cultivating compassion, we create a foundation for a happier, worry-free life. In the next part, we will delve deeper into the power of mindfulness and how it can transform our daily experiences. This journey to happiness is not just about eliminating worry. It's about embracing life fully, one moment at a time. The power of mindfulness, living in the present moment. Mindfulness is like a gentle breeze that sweeps through our busy minds, bringing clarity and calm. It teaches us to focus on the here and now, instead of getting lost in worries about the past or future. But what does it really mean to be mindful? Imagine you're enjoying a warm cup of tea. Instead of scrolling through your phone or thinking about your to-do list, you take a moment to really taste the tea. You notice its warmth, its aroma, and the way it feels in your hands. This simple act can bring a sense of peace and happiness, reminding you to appreciate life's little moments. Being mindful helps us recognize our thoughts and feelings without judgment. When worries pop up, we don't have to chase after them. Instead, we can acknowledge them and let them drift away, like clouds passing in the sky. This practice allows us to create space in our minds, giving us the freedom to choose how we respond. One effective way to practice mindfulness is through breathing exercises. Take a moment to sit quietly, close your eyes, and take a deep breath in. Feel your chest rise and your body fill with air. Now, slowly exhale. As you breathe out, imagine letting go of all the tension and stress. Doing this for just a few minutes can ground you and bring a sense of calm. Mindfulness also encourages us to observe our surroundings. Have you ever taken a walk in nature? Instead of rushing through it, try to truly see what's around you. Notice the colors of the leaves, the sound of birds singing, or the feeling of the sun on your skin. By engaging your senses, you connect deeply with the world and find joy in the present moment. Another powerful aspect of mindfulness is gratitude. When we take time to appreciate what we have, we shift our focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. Start a gratitude journal and write down 3 things you're thankful for each day. This simple practice can transform your outlook and invite more happiness into your life. As we practice mindfulness, we become more aware of our thoughts. Instead of getting swept away by negative thinking, we learn to observe it without getting attached. Imagine you're watching a movie of your life. You can see the scenes unfold, but you're not the character who is stuck in drama. This perspective allows us to respond to challenges with clarity and calmness. Mindfulness also teaches us compassion, both for ourselves and others. When we are kind to ourselves, we create a nurturing environment that fosters happiness. Think about how you speak to yourself during tough times. Instead of criticism, offer words of encouragement. This small shift can make a huge difference in how you feel. Practicing mindfulness can even enhance your relationships. When you listen fully to someone, without distractions, you show them that you value their presence. This deepens connections and fosters understanding. Imagine having conversations where both parties feel heard and appreciated. That's the magic of mindfulness in action. In daily life, integrating mindfulness doesn't require special rituals. It can be as simple as focusing on the tasks at hand. Whether you're washing dishes or driving, engage your senses fully. Feel the warmth of the water, notice the colors around you, and let yourself be present. Mindfulness is a journey, not a destination. Some days, it's easy to stay focused. Other days, our minds may wander. That's perfectly okay. Each moment offers a chance to practice again. The key is to be gentle with yourself and keep returning to the present. Finally, remember that mindfulness is not about eliminating all worries. Life will always have challenges, and it's natural to feel anxious at times. But with mindfulness, we learn to face those worries with a clear mind and an open heart. Instead of running away from our feelings, we can sit with them, understand them, and let them pass. As you explore the power of mindfulness, you'll find that it becomes a powerful tool in your toolkit for happiness. It helps you live fully in each moment, appreciate life's beauty, and connect deeply with yourself and others. Embrace this journey and watch how your perspective transforms. Embracing impermanence, letting go of control and fear. Life is a river, constantly flowing and changing. One of the core teachings of Buddhism is the concept of impermanence. Everything around us, our emotions, our experiences, and even our very lives, are in a state of constant change. Understanding this can be the key to unlocking a deeper sense of peace and happiness. Have you ever noticed how worrying often stems from our desire to hold on to things? We cling to our possessions, relationships, and even our plans for the future. This attachment creates fear. Fear of losing what we have, fear of change, and fear of the unknown. But what if we could let go of that fear? What if we could embrace the idea that change is not something to be feared, but something to be celebrated? Imagine a flower blooming in the spring. It's beautiful and vibrant, but eventually, it wilts and fades. Instead of being sad about its passing, we can appreciate the beauty it brought while it was here. This is how we should view our lives and the things we cherish. Every moment is precious because it's fleeting. When we accept that everything is temporary, we can enjoy life more fully. Let's think about daily life. How often do we resist change? When a friend moves away or a job situation changes, we might feel upset or anxious. But if we recognize that these changes are a natural part of life, we can begin to find peace. Each transition can lead to new opportunities and experiences. Instead of clinging to what was, we can open ourselves to what could be. Buddhism teaches us that suffering often arises from our attachments. When we hold tightly to our desires or fears, we create our own pain. But by practicing non-attachment, we can free ourselves from this cycle. Non-attachment doesn't mean we stop caring. It means we learn to appreciate things without clinging to them. This shift in mindset allows us to experience joy without the fear of loss. Consider a favorite book or a beloved song. We enjoy them, but we don't have to possess them to find joy in them. We can read the book and savor it without needing to own it forever. The same goes for relationships. Loving someone doesn't mean we should control them or hold them too tightly. True love is about allowing each other the freedom to grow and change. In the Buddhist tradition, there's a powerful practice called mindfulness. Mindfulness helps us stay present and fully experience each moment without judgment. When we focus on the here and now, we're less likely to be caught up in worries about the future or regrets about the past. We can appreciate life as it unfolds, embracing its beauty and uncertainty. Practicing mindfulness can be as simple as taking a few moments to breathe deeply and observe our surroundings. When we notice the sounds, colors, and sensations around us, we can feel a sense of peace wash over us. This practice reminds us that life is happening now, not in some distant future where everything is perfect. Embracing impermanence also encourages gratitude. When we understand that nothing lasts forever, we learn to appreciate what we have while we have it. Each smile, each moment of laughter, and even the challenges we face become opportunities for gratitude. This mindset shift can transform our outlook on life. When facing difficult times, remember that these moments are temporary. Just like a storm passes, so too will our struggles. By accepting this truth, we can find the strength to move through challenges with grace. Rather than being overwhelmed, we can respond with resilience, knowing that brighter days are ahead. Letting go of the need for control is a powerful step towards happiness. We can't control everything that happens in life, but we can control how we respond. By accepting the flow of life, we can navigate changes with ease. Instead of fighting against the current, we can learn to swim with it, adapting and growing along the way. In our relationships, embracing impermanence means allowing space for growth. People change, and that's natural. Instead of holding on tightly to the way things were, we can appreciate the evolution of our connections. Every phase of a relationship brings new lessons and opportunities for deeper understanding. Let's reflect on a simple exercise. Think of something you're holding on to tightly. It might be a fear, a past event, or even a relationship. Now, imagine gently releasing it. Picture it floating away like a balloon. This exercise helps to visualize the act of letting go, reminding us that freedom lies in acceptance. Ultimately, embracing impermanence frees us from the chains of worry and fear. When we accept that life is constantly changing, we can step into each moment with open hearts. We learn to celebrate the present, finding joy in the little things. A warm cup of tea, a gentle breeze, or a kind word from a friend. As we conclude this part, remember that impermanence is not something to be feared. It's a beautiful aspect of life that teaches us to appreciate every moment. By letting go of control and embracing change, we can find a deeper sense of peace and happiness. Embrace the flow of life and let it guide you to a brighter, more fulfilling existence. The Four Noble Truths, a pathway to inner peace. In Buddhism, the Four Noble Truths are the foundation of understanding suffering and finding true happiness. These truths can guide anyone seeking peace in their life. Let's explore them step by step. The first noble truth tells us that suffering exists. This might seem obvious, but acknowledging this truth is the first step toward freedom. Every person experiences pain, sadness, and challenges. Whether it's losing a job, facing health issues, or dealing with relationship troubles, suffering is part of life. By recognizing that everyone goes through difficult times, we begin to feel less alone. The second noble truth explains the cause of suffering: craving and attachment. We often hold on tightly to things we desire: money, success, or even relationships. This clinging creates stress and anxiety. Think about a time you really wanted something, maybe a new gadget or a vacation. The excitement was there, but once you got it, the joy faded quickly. This is because true happiness doesn't come from external things, but from within. Letting go of this attachment helps lighten our hearts. The third noble truth offers hope. It is possible to end suffering. Imagine a life where worries no longer control you. This truth teaches us that by understanding and changing our mindset, we can find peace. It's like being in a dark room and suddenly discovering a light switch. When we learn to let go of attachments, we free ourselves from constant worry. The fourth noble truth presents the path to ending suffering, the Eightfold Path. This path is a guide for how to live a balanced life. It includes practices like right understanding, right intention, right speech, and right action. Each step helps us develop wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. By following this path, we can create a life filled with joy and purpose. Let's break down the Eightfold Path a bit more. Right understanding. This means seeing things as they truly are. It's about understanding the nature of suffering and the causes behind it. When we grasp these concepts, we start to shift our perspective and make better choices. Right intention. This involves setting positive goals. Instead of being driven by greed or hatred, we focus on compassion and kindness. When our intentions are pure, our actions follow suit. Right speech. How we communicate matters. Speaking truthfully and kindly can build stronger relationships and create a positive atmosphere around us. Avoiding gossip and harsh words helps us connect with others on a deeper level. Right action. This is about doing good deeds. When we act ethically and mindfully, we contribute to our own happiness and the happiness of others. Simple acts of kindness can ripple out and make a significant difference. Right livelihood. Choosing a career that does not harm others is essential. When our work aligns with our values, we feel more fulfilled and content. This path encourages us to seek jobs that contribute positively to society. Right effort. This involves cultivating positive states of mind while letting go of negative ones. It's about making a consistent effort to develop qualities like patience, compassion, and joy. Right mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness means being present in each moment. It helps us observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment. This awareness allows us to respond to life's challenges more calmly. Right concentration. This is about developing focus and clarity through meditation. By training our minds to concentrate, we can achieve a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. The Four Noble Truths and the Eightfold Path are not just teachings. They are practical tools for everyday life. By applying these insights, we can navigate our struggles with greater ease. Imagine waking up each morning with a clear mind and a light heart, knowing you have the power to shape your day. When we embrace these teachings, we become more resilient and open to the beauty of life, regardless of the challenges we face. The journey to inner peace starts with understanding these truths. They encourage us to look within and realize that the key to happiness lies in how we respond to life. Suffering may be unavoidable, but we have the power to change our relationship with it. By practicing the Four Noble Truths and following the Eightfold Path, anyone can move toward a more peaceful and joyful existence. It's about taking small steps every day, cultivating awareness, and making choices that align with our values. As we reflect on these teachings, let's remember that the journey is ongoing. Each moment is an opportunity to practice, learn, and grow. Embracing the Four Noble Truths leads us to a life filled with hope, compassion, and ultimately, happiness. Practicing compassion and loving kindness for self and others. Compassion is like a gentle breeze that soothes our hearts. It's the ability to feel for others, to understand their struggles, and to wish them well. In Buddhism, compassion is a core principle that can change our lives in beautiful ways. When we cultivate compassion, we open our hearts and minds to the world around us. Imagine this. You see a friend going through a tough time. You notice their sadness, and instead of turning away, you choose to be there for them. This simple act of kindness can make a world of difference. Compassion isn't just about helping others, it's also about being kind to ourselves. When we treat ourselves with love and understanding, we create a solid foundation for happiness. Loving kindness meditation is a powerful practice in Buddhism. It teaches us to send good wishes to ourselves and others. Start by sitting quietly and taking a few deep breaths. Picture someone you care about and repeat phrases like, "May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe." Feel the warmth of these words as they fill your heart. After a few moments, turn that love inward. Say to yourself, "May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be safe." This practice helps to cultivate a loving spirit within. But compassion doesn't stop with meditation. It flows into our daily lives. When someone cuts you off in traffic or treats you poorly, instead of reacting with anger, pause for a moment. Consider what they might be going through. Perhaps they're having a bad day or dealing with their own struggles. Responding with compassion can transform a negative moment into a chance for understanding. In practicing compassion, we also learn the importance of forgiveness. Holding on to grudges only weighs us down. When we forgive, we free ourselves from the heavy chains of resentment. It doesn't mean we forget what happened, but it allows us to move forward without carrying that burden. Think of a time when you felt hurt by someone. Reflect on how that pain affected you. Now imagine releasing that hurt. Picture it floating away like a balloon, leaving you lighter and free. Forgiveness is a gift we give ourselves, opening space for joy and peace. Compassion also extends to the world around us. Every act of kindness, no matter how small, contributes to a ripple effect of positivity. When you hold the door for someone, smile at a stranger, or offer a helping hand, you are spreading loving kindness. These small gestures create a brighter world and inspire others to do the same. Buddhism teaches us that we are all interconnected. When we recognize this connection, we understand that someone else's happiness is tied to our own. The more we uplift others, the more we uplift ourselves. This shared experience of life means that our compassion can transform not only our hearts, but also the hearts of those around us. As we cultivate compassion, we also become more resilient. Life's challenges are easier to face when we approach them with a kind heart. When we treat ourselves and others with compassion, we foster an environment of support and understanding. It becomes easier to bounce back from setbacks and maintain a positive outlook. To practice compassion daily, start by being mindful of your thoughts and actions. Notice when negative feelings arise, maybe judgment or frustration. Take a moment to pause and breathe. Instead of reacting harshly, ask yourself, how can I respond with kindness? This shift in perspective can lead to more compassionate interactions. Additionally, find ways to give back to your community. Volunteering your time or resources can deepen your sense of compassion. Helping those in need not only supports others, but also brings joy to your heart. You'll find that the act of giving enriches your life and strengthens your connection to the world. In embracing compassion, we also learn to listen deeply. Active listening is a crucial part of being compassionate. When someone shares their story, be present and open. Avoid the urge to offer solutions right away. Sometimes, people just need to be heard. By listening without judgment, we create a safe space for others to express themselves. Remember that practicing compassion is a journey, not a destination. It takes time and patience. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Each step you take toward kindness creates a ripple effect that can inspire others to join you on this path. In conclusion, compassion and loving kindness are essential practices for leading a happy, worry-free life. By being kind to ourselves and others, we cultivate an environment of love and support. This practice not only enriches our own lives, but also spreads joy throughout the world. Embrace compassion and watch as it transforms your life and the lives of those around you. Detaching from desires, finding joy beyond materialism. In our daily lives, we often chase after things we believe will make us happy. A new car, the latest phone, or even a bigger house can seem like the keys to true joy. But what if these desires are actually holding us back? In Buddhism, the idea of detaching from desires is a powerful lesson that can lead us to a deeper sense of happiness. Think about a time when you wanted something so badly. Maybe it was a piece of clothing or a gadget. When you finally got it, did the joy last? Often, the excitement fades quickly, and we find ourselves wanting something else. This cycle can leave us feeling empty and unsatisfied. Buddhism teaches us that true happiness comes from within, not from the things we possess. Imagine walking through a beautiful garden. The vibrant flowers and the gentle breeze bring you joy. You don't need to own the garden to enjoy its beauty. Similarly, happiness can be found in simple moments, like enjoying a warm cup of tea or sharing a laugh with a friend. These experiences remind us that joy often lies in the present moment, not in material possessions. When we cling to our desires, we create a sense of attachment. This attachment can lead to disappointment and suffering when we don't get what we want. Buddhism encourages us to recognize that everything in life is temporary. Just as flowers bloom and fade, so do our desires. By accepting this impermanence, we can learn to let go. Detaching from desires doesn't mean we stop enjoying life. It means we learn to appreciate what we have without constantly seeking more. Imagine a bird soaring in the sky. It flies freely, unburdened by heavy thoughts or possessions. This is how we can approach our lives. When we let go of the need to possess, we open ourselves to the beauty around us. One way to practice this detachment is through mindfulness. By being present in each moment, we can experience life fully. Instead of fixating on what we lack, we can focus on what we have. Take a moment to breathe deeply and notice your surroundings. What do you hear? What do you feel? This awareness helps us find joy in the present. Another effective method is gratitude. By recognizing what we are thankful for, we shift our focus away from desires. Keeping a gratitude journal can be a wonderful practice. Each day, write down 3 things you appreciate. Over time, you'll notice how your mindset shifts from wanting to appreciating. This simple act can bring profound happiness. In Buddhism, desire is often viewed as a root cause of suffering. When we crave something intensely, we may experience anxiety or frustration. By letting go of these cravings, we create space for peace and contentment. This doesn't mean we can't have goals or aspirations. Rather, it encourages us to approach them with a lighter heart. Consider the story of a monk who lived simply. He had very few possessions, but was known for his radiant happiness. People would often visit him, curious about his secret. He would smile and say, "I own nothing. Everything I need is already within me." This attitude of detachment allowed him to find joy in each moment, no matter the circumstances. When we learn to detach from our desires, we also cultivate compassion. We begin to understand that others struggle with the same feelings of wanting and lacking. This empathy can foster connections and deepen our relationships. Instead of competing for what we desire, we can support each other in finding joy and peace. Another aspect of this detachment is understanding our motivations. Why do we desire certain things? Is it to impress others? Is it to fill a void within ourselves? Reflecting on these questions can help us recognize patterns and make conscious choices. When we know our true motivations, we can align our actions with our values. As we navigate life, it's important to remember that happiness is a journey, not a destination. Embracing detachment can help us enjoy the ride. Instead of fixating on the next big thing, we can celebrate small victories and moments of joy. Each day presents opportunities for happiness. We just need to open our hearts and minds to them. In summary, detaching from desires is not about giving up on dreams or ambitions. It's about shifting our focus from external possessions to internal fulfillment. By practicing mindfulness, gratitude, and compassion, we can find joy beyond materialism. This journey allows us to live more fully and appreciate the beauty of life as it is, right now. Remember, the next time you feel the urge to chase after something you think will make you happy, pause and reflect. Ask yourself if that desire truly aligns with your well-being. In letting go of attachments, you may find the freedom to embrace the present moment and discover a happiness that's always been within you. The role of meditation in cultivating a happy mindset. Meditation is a powerful tool in Buddhism, serving as a key to unlocking inner peace and happiness. But what does it really mean to meditate? At its core, meditation is about training the mind to focus and find calm. In our busy lives, we often forget to pause and reflect. Meditation invites us to take a moment to breathe and reconnect with ourselves. Imagine sitting in a quiet room, closing your eyes, and simply focusing on your breath. Inhale deeply, then exhale slowly. With each breath, you start to feel a wave of relaxation wash over you. This simple practice can transform your day. It's a way to step back from the chaos and center yourself. Meditation also helps us become more aware of our thoughts and emotions. Instead of getting swept away by worries, we learn to observe them without judgment. It's like watching clouds pass by in the sky. Some days, the clouds may be dark and heavy, but we remember that they will eventually clear. This perspective allows us to acknowledge our feelings without becoming overwhelmed. Incorporating meditation into your daily routine doesn't have to be complicated. Even just a few minutes a day can make a difference. You can start by finding a comfortable spot, sitting or lying down, and focusing on your breath. When thoughts arise, gently guide your focus back to your breathing. This practice builds a sense of calm that can carry over into your everyday life. Over time, meditation can help reduce stress and anxiety. When we sit in silence, we give our minds a break from constant chatter. It's a chance to let go of worries and find a sense of peace within. Regular practice can lead to improved emotional health, making us more resilient when faced with life's challenges. Another beautiful aspect of meditation is its ability to foster compassion. As we become more in tune with our own feelings, we naturally develop a greater understanding of others. We learn to respond with kindness instead of frustration. This shift in perspective enriches our relationships, creating a ripple effect of positivity in our interactions. Meditation also encourages mindfulness, which means being present in the moment. Often, we get caught up in regrets about the past or worries about the future. Mindfulness teaches us to savor the now. When we eat, we can focus on the flavors and textures rather than rushing through our meals. When we walk, we can appreciate each step, feeling the ground beneath our feet. The beauty of meditation is that it can be adapted to fit anyone's lifestyle. You can practice sitting quietly, walking mindfully, or even meditating while doing chores. The goal is to bring awareness to your actions, creating a sense of peace no matter what you're doing. As you continue to explore meditation, you may encounter different styles and techniques. Guided meditations, for instance, offer a helpful structure, leading you through visualizations or affirmations. You might find it easier to relax with someone's voice guiding you. There are many resources available, including apps and online videos, to support your practice. It's important to remember that meditation is not about achieving perfection. Some days will be easier than others. You might find your mind wandering a lot, and that's perfectly okay. Each time you return to your breath, you strengthen your practice. Celebrate those moments of awareness. They are victories in themselves. In Buddhism, meditation is often seen as a way to cultivate wisdom. By regularly tuning in to our thoughts and feelings, we gain insight into our true nature. We start to understand what brings us joy and what holds us back. This self-awareness is a crucial step in fostering a happy mindset. As you sit in meditation, you might also begin to notice the impermanence of your thoughts. Just like waves on the ocean, they rise and fall, but they do not last forever. This realization can help you detach from negative feelings, allowing them to pass without clinging to them. The more you practice this, the more freedom you will feel from the burdens of worry. Lastly, meditation encourages gratitude. As we take a moment to reflect on our lives, we we can acknowledge the things we are thankful for. This simple act of gratitude can shift our perspective from lack to abundance. When we focus on what we have rather than what we lack, happiness naturally follows. Incorporating meditation into your life is a beautiful journey. It's not about becoming someone else, but rather discovering the calm and happiness that already exist within you. Embrace this practice and watch how it transforms your mindset and overall well-being. Overcoming negative emotions through Buddhist teachings. Negative emotions can feel like heavy clouds, blocking the sunlight of happiness. In our daily lives, it's easy to get caught in feelings of anger, jealousy, or sadness. But Buddhism teaches us that we can break free from these clouds and embrace a brighter perspective. Let's explore how. Understanding negative emotions is the first step. They often arise from our attachments and expectations. When things don't go as we want, we may feel frustrated. For example, think about a time when you faced a setback at work. Instead of seeing it as a learning opportunity, you might have felt angry or defeated. Buddhism encourages us to recognize these emotions without judgment. Just as clouds pass in the sky, so too can our negative feelings. One powerful tool in Buddhism is mindfulness. Mindfulness means paying attention to our thoughts and emotions without getting lost in them. Imagine sitting quietly and observing your feelings as if they were leaves floating down a stream. You acknowledge them, but you don't let them pull you under. This practice helps create space between you and your emotions, allowing you to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Another important concept is the practice of letting go. Holding on to negative emotions can feel like carrying a heavy backpack filled with rocks. Each rock represents a grievance, a past hurt, or a fear. Buddhism teaches us to gently place down this burden. When we learn to let go, we free ourselves from the weight of anger and resentment. This doesn't mean we ignore our feelings. Rather, we acknowledge them and choose not to let them control our lives. Compassion plays a significant role in overcoming negativity. Often, we are our own worst critics. When we make a mistake or feel inadequate, we can be harsh on ourselves. Buddhism encourages us to treat ourselves with the same kindness we would offer a friend. If a friend stumbled, you wouldn't scold them. You'd offer support and understanding. Practicing self-compassion helps dissolve feelings of shame and guilt, making space for healing and growth. Another technique is to reframe our thoughts. When negative emotions arise, we can ask ourselves, is this thought helping me? For instance, if you find yourself thinking, I'll never succeed, try changing it to, I'm learning and growing. This shift in perspective can lighten the emotional load and foster a more positive outlook. Meditation is a powerful practice to help release negative emotions. By focusing on our breath or a calming image, we create a sanctuary of peace within ourselves. This practice can help us detach from the noise of our emotions and connect to a deeper sense of calm. Over time, meditation builds resilience, making it easier to face challenges without becoming overwhelmed. Another aspect of Buddhist teachings is understanding the impermanence of emotions. Just as a storm eventually passes, so too do our feelings. Recognizing that emotions are temporary can help us ride out difficult moments without losing hope. When faced with sadness, remind yourself, this too shall pass. This simple reminder can provide comfort and perspective. Cultivating gratitude is another essential practice. When we focus on what we're thankful for, we shift our attention away from negativity. Try keeping a gratitude journal where you write down 3 things you appreciate each day. This simple act can help you find joy even in tough times. Buddhism also emphasizes the importance of community. Surrounding ourselves with supportive people can help us navigate negative emotions more effectively. Share your feelings with friends or join a meditation group. Connecting with others who share similar struggles can provide comfort and strength. Let's not forget the power of nature. Spending time outdoors can be incredibly healing. Nature reminds us of life's beauty and impermanence. A walk in the park or simply sitting under a tree can help clear our minds and lift our spirits. In moments of intense negativity, it's helpful to practice breathing exercises. Deep breathing can ground us and bring us back to the present moment. When you feel overwhelmed, take a few slow, deep breaths. Inhale deeply through your nose, hold for a moment, and exhale slowly through your mouth. This simple practice can help calm your mind and body. Another effective strategy is to engage in activities that bring you joy. Whether it's painting, gardening, or playing an instrument, doing something you love can shift your focus from negative emotions to positive experiences. Find what brings you joy and make time for it regularly. Lastly, remember that it's okay to seek help. Sometimes, we need guidance to navigate our emotions. Whether it's talking to a trusted friend, a mentor, or a professional, reaching out for support can be a courageous step toward healing. In summary, overcoming negative emotions is a journey that requires practice and patience. By embracing mindfulness, letting go, practicing compassion, and connecting with others, we can create a more positive and fulfilling life. Remember, just like clouds, negative emotions are temporary. With the teachings of Buddhism, we can learn to navigate these feelings with grace and resilience, allowing the sunshine of happiness to shine through, transforming challenges into opportunities for growth. Life is full of challenges, isn't it? Each day brings its own set of obstacles, and it's easy to feel overwhelmed. But what if these challenges are actually opportunities in disguise? In Buddhism, we learn that every difficulty we face can lead to growth and deeper understanding. When a storm hits, we often focus on the damage it causes. But consider this: storms also clear the air, nourish the ground, and prepare us for new beginnings. In our lives, challenges can act in a similar way. They push us out of our comfort zones, encouraging us to adapt and grow stronger. Imagine facing a setback at work. Perhaps you didn't get that promotion you were hoping for. Initially, it feels disheartening. But what if you take a step back? This situation could motivate you to improve your skills or explore new opportunities. Instead of seeing it as a failure, view it as a chance to learn and evolve. Buddhism teaches us the importance of perspective. When faced with hardship, it's helpful to ask, "What can I learn from this?" This simple question shifts our focus from despair to curiosity. It opens the door to new possibilities. Maybe you discover hidden strengths you never knew you had, or find a passion you hadn't explored before. One of the core teachings of Buddhism is that suffering is a part of life. Accepting this reality can be liberating. When we stop resisting challenges, we create space for growth. Instead of saying, "Why is this happening to me?" we can say, "What does this experience have to teach me?" Let's consider the story of a young monk who faced a difficult challenge. He was assigned a seemingly impossible task: to carry water from a distant well every day for a month. At first, he complained and felt burdened by the task. But as days went by, he decided to change his mindset. He began to see the beauty in the journey, noticing the flowers blooming along the path and the quiet moments of reflection by the well. As he embraced his daily routine, he discovered that each trip was an opportunity for meditation and mindfulness. By the end of the month, he wasn't just stronger physically. He had gained a deeper appreciation for life itself. This experience taught him that challenges can become valuable lessons if we approach them with an open heart and mind. Another powerful way to transform challenges is through gratitude. Instead of focusing on what's going wrong, practice gratitude for what's going right. Each evening, take a moment to reflect on the positive aspects of your day, even if they seem small. This practice shifts your mindset, helping you recognize that challenges often come with hidden blessings. When we face a tough situation, it can be helpful to remember that we are not alone. Many people have faced similar challenges and emerged stronger. Seeking support from friends, family, or community can provide comfort and inspiration. Sharing experiences can help us realize that others have walked a similar path and that there is strength in unity. Moreover, challenges often encourage creativity. When one door closes, another opens. You might discover new interests or passions that you hadn't considered before. Embracing a challenge can lead to unexpected adventures, enriching your life in ways you never anticipated. Buddhism also emphasizes the importance of resilience. Developing resilience means learning to bounce back from setbacks. It's about cultivating a mindset that sees challenges as temporary hurdles rather than permanent barriers. By practicing resilience, we can approach life's difficulties with confidence, knowing that we have the ability to overcome them. Another key aspect is embracing change. Life is constantly changing, and learning to accept this truth is crucial for growth. Rather than fearing change, welcome it as a natural part of life. Each change brings new opportunities for learning and self-discovery. This mindset allows us to navigate challenges with grace and ease. In your daily life, try to notice how you react to challenges. Do you tend to resist, or do you embrace them? By becoming aware of your responses, you can consciously choose to adopt a more positive outlook. With practice, you'll find that challenges become less daunting and more manageable. As you continue on your journey, remember that challenges are not just obstacles. They are essential ingredients for growth. Embracing them with an open heart allows you to transform difficulties into stepping stones. Each challenge you overcome builds resilience and deepens your understanding of yourself and the world around you. Ultimately, the path to happiness is not a straight line. It's filled with twists and turns. Embrace the journey and trust that each challenge is shaping you into a stronger, wiser person. When you shift your perspective, you'll find that challenges are not to be feared but celebrated as opportunities for growth and transformation. Transforming challenges into opportunities for growth. Life is full of challenges. Every day brings new obstacles that can feel overwhelming. But what if these challenges were not just barriers but opportunities for growth? In Buddhism, the perspective on difficulties is transformative. Instead of viewing problems as something negative, we can learn to see them as chances to develop resilience and wisdom. Imagine you're facing a tough situation at work. Perhaps you've been assigned a project that feels too big to handle. It's easy to feel stressed and anxious, thinking you might fail. But what if you paused for a moment? What if you considered this challenge as a chance to learn something new? In that moment of reflection, you could ask yourself, what skills can I develop through this experience? How can I become stronger? Buddhism teaches us that every challenge has something valuable to offer. When we encounter difficulties, we can choose to embrace them. This shift in mindset allows us to find purpose in our struggles. Instead of feeling defeated, we can cultivate a sense of curiosity and openness. What can this situation teach me? How can I grow from it? This doesn't mean we should ignore our feelings of frustration or sadness. It's natural to feel overwhelmed sometimes. The key is to acknowledge these feelings without letting them consume us. When we accept our emotions, we create space for growth. We learn to respond to challenges with compassion for ourselves. In Buddhism, the concept of dukkha refers to suffering or dissatisfaction. It's an essential part of the human experience. But it's not the end of the story. Instead of getting stuck in a cycle of suffering, we can explore ways to transform it. We can ask ourselves how to use our experiences to foster personal growth. When faced with difficulties, we can practice patience. Patience is a powerful tool that allows us to remain calm amid chaos. It teaches us that everything unfolds in its own time. When we are patient, we can approach challenges with a clearer mind and a more open heart. Let's take a simple example. Imagine you're learning to ride a bike. At first, it feels impossible. You might fall a few times, feeling frustrated and ready to give up. But each time you get back up, you learn something. You start to understand how to balance, how to steer, and how to push yourself forward. Overcoming these small challenges builds your confidence, and soon enough, you're riding smoothly. This process of learning through challenges applies to many areas of life. It could be personal relationships, career advancements, or even emotional well-being. Each challenge presents a chance to discover our strengths. We can reflect on what we've learned and how we've changed. Buddhist practices like meditation can help us navigate these challenges. When we meditate, we create a space for reflection. We can observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment. This awareness allows us to approach challenges with a calm and clear mind. We can respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. When we learn to transform our perspective, we become more resilient. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks. It's about adapting to change and finding strength in vulnerability. Buddhism encourages us to cultivate resilience by embracing the impermanence of life. Everything is constantly changing, and so are we. Consider a flower blooming after a storm. It may have been battered by the wind and rain, but it emerges stronger and more vibrant. This is a beautiful metaphor for our own lives. We may face storms of challenges, but they can lead to personal growth and new beginnings. By practicing gratitude, we can further enhance our ability to transform challenges. Gratitude shifts our focus from what is lacking to what we have. When we appreciate the lessons learned from our struggles, we open ourselves to positivity. This simple practice can create a ripple effect, changing our outlook on life. As we navigate our challenges, let's remember to lean on our support systems. Friends, family, and communities can provide encouragement and strength. Sharing our experiences with others can lighten the load. We realize we are not alone in our struggles, and this connection can be a source of comfort and motivation. Lastly, embracing a growth mindset is essential. This mindset encourages us to see our abilities as something we can develop over time. Instead of fearing failure, we can view it as a stepping stone to success. Every setback can teach us resilience, creativity, and determination. In conclusion, transforming challenges into opportunities for growth is a fundamental aspect of the Buddhist philosophy. By shifting our perspective, practicing patience, and cultivating resilience, we can navigate life's difficulties with grace. Remember, each challenge is a chance to learn and grow. Embrace it, and you may find the strength you never knew you had. Conclusion: maintaining a happy and worry-free life. As we reach the end of this journey together, let's reflect on the essence of what we've learned about happiness and the art of not worrying. Life is full of ups and downs, but with the right mindset, we can navigate these challenges with grace and ease. Buddhism teaches us that happiness is not something to chase. It's something to cultivate from within. It's about understanding that our thoughts shape our reality. When we learn to let go of our worries, we open the door to genuine joy. Imagine walking through life with a light heart, free from the weight of anxiety. One of the most profound lessons we can take from our exploration is the idea of impermanence. Everything in life is fleeting: our joys, our sorrows, and our worries. When we embrace this truth, we begin to see that worrying about the future or dwelling on the past only keeps us trapped. Each moment is a new opportunity to choose happiness. Remember the power of mindfulness we discussed? By staying present, we can fully experience life without being bogged down by what could happen tomorrow. Practicing mindfulness helps us appreciate the beauty around us. Whether it's a simple cup of tea or the laughter of a friend, these moments become the fabric of a happy life. Cultivating compassion, both for ourselves and others, is another vital aspect. When we are kind to ourselves, we release the harsh judgments that fuel our worries. Self-compassion allows us to accept our imperfections and move forward without guilt. Similarly, extending kindness to others creates a ripple effect. When we support those around us, we foster a community that uplifts rather than weighs us down. We've also explored the significance of detaching from desires. Desiring more can create a constant sense of lack in our lives. When we learn to appreciate what we have, we find contentment. Happiness does not come from external possessions, but from an internal sense of fulfillment. This shift in perspective can dramatically change how we experience life. Meditation has played a key role in our journey too. It's a powerful tool for calming the mind and nurturing a positive outlook. Regular meditation helps us develop a deeper understanding of our thoughts and emotions, allowing us to respond rather than react. Over time, this practice can transform our relationship with worry, making it easier to let go. Throughout our discussion, we have faced the challenges that come with negative emotions. Instead of running from them, we've learned to acknowledge and accept these feelings. By understanding that they are a natural part of life, we can face them with courage and compassion. This acceptance frees us from the fear of feeling bad and allows us to experience the full range of human emotions. Patience and acceptance are essential as we move forward. Life will always bring uncertainties, but how we respond makes all the difference. When we practice patience, we give ourselves the space to breathe and reflect, rather than rushing into worry. Accepting what we cannot control empowers us to focus on what we can change, fostering resilience. As we conclude this exploration, remember that each day is a new chance to practice these principles. Happiness is not a destination, but a journey. It requires dedication and practice. Embrace each moment and let go of the need for perfection. Life's beauty lies in its imperfections. In this fast-paced world, we can often forget to slow down and savor the little things. Make it a point to pause, breathe, and appreciate the present. Whether it's the warmth of the sun on your skin or the sound of laughter, these moments can bring happiness if we take the time to notice them. Finally, maintain a sense of gratitude. Reflecting on what we are thankful for shifts our focus from what is lacking to what is abundant in our lives. This simple practice can dramatically enhance our overall happiness. When we recognize the good around us, we create a more positive and fulfilling life. As you move forward, carry these teachings with you. They are tools to help you navigate the complexities of life with a lighter heart. Embrace the wisdom of Buddhism as a guide to cultivate a worry-free existence. Remember, happiness is within reach, waiting for you to embrace it fully. Life may still bring its challenges, but with the right mindset, you can meet them head-on without fear. Each day is an opportunity to practice, learn, and grow. Trust in your journey, and know that happiness is always a choice you can make.